Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. They released the Steelers 53-man roster. And you know, the roster of course looked pretty good, but I was hoping that I seen of course, you know, Dez Fitzpatrick and Daijun Edwards on it. As you guys know, I think Daijun Edwards got released a few days ago. Dez Fitzpatrick got released as well like that. So I was hoping to see those guys on there. I believe, I don't know if they come back on practice squad or not. Let me know in the comments down below. They are. They get signed back or something like that, but it'd be great to keep those guys around. I feel like those guys with some solid pieces that have potential. Daijun Edwards, especially being an undrafted rookie with that speed he has, that explosiveness he has, and I think he has the ability to be a kick returner, a punt returner as well. And if Jaylen Warren is hurt, it'll be good to have a guy with a similar play style to him being the guy to fill in for him until he gets back. And then I know they got Cordarrelle Patterson that got a spot, of course, as a third running back. But Cordarrelle Patterson, he's a little older. Now, he still had bursts, of course. He showed a little bit of that, you know, in the preseason game as well. But that was against, you know, it's preseason like that. So we'll see how Cordarrelle Patterson look in the regular season. Kind of last year, he was a little falling off a little bit. But we're going to see. But I think Daijun Edwards would have been great to keep around. Like, just to keep him on some role, some spot around on a team like that. I feel like he has the versatility and the ability to go out there to make things happen. And I think he would have been a good guy to have in different spurts like that on the field. And kick returner, punt returner, do something. Just keep him around like that. He has a lot of talent. So maybe the Steelers are trying to bring him back. Like I said, the Steelers trying to bring in Boston Scott. They said Boston Scott is expected to sign with the Steelers practice squad. So we'll see where that goes. I don't know why, but I guess we're adding a piece like him to our team. Dez Fitzpatrick, he's 6'2", 6'3", around the same height as me. And he's a big target receiver. Get down the field. I feel like he could have been good, of course, with our team because our receiver room kind of lacks, you know, like that size and strength like that. A lot of players are kind of not like, you know, not like that, not that built like that. You know, so it would be great to have a big receiver on the outside who can go out there and be physical. We have George Pickens, of course, but he's the only one we have really like that can do that down the field consistently. So we'll see what happens. I know the Steelers got a different offense, so they're going a different style, but overall the roster look cool. And now Coach Tomlin still haven't named, of course, quarterback. Starting quarterback. I know he mentioned, I think a few days ago that he said he's going to name it this week right here. He said one of the days this week, so we'll see exactly where he name it. We already kind of got to figure it out a little bit, like who's going to start where. And we know the starting linebackers, of course, like Landon Roberts, going to be him and Patrick Queen most likely, and Peyton Wilson going to be rotating in, him and Mark Robinson rotating in here and there. We already know the main starters like TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Cam Hayward. We're probably going to see, of course, Cameron Benning, and those guys out there like that. They're going to be the starters. Joey Porter Jr., I think Dante Jackson, and I think Corey Trice eventually probably get himself into being cornerback 2 as time goes on. We already know those starters, but the quarterback 1 is the main thing we're looking for. We've been seeing a lot of speculation, a lot of news, of course. People think that Justin Fields should be the starter. The media have been pushing for that a lot. You go on ESPN, you go anywhere, Fox Sports, anywhere, any type of sports you want to go to, they've been pushing for Justin Fields to be the starter over Russ. But as you guys know, I think Russ is probably the best option to go right now. Of course, Justin Fields has the talent and the potential is unlimited like that. We know he can get better and better. But I think Russell Wilson would be the safer bet to go right now because if he plays bad, you can pull him out and you can get a big spark with Justin Fields. But if you start Justin Fields and he start playing bad and you go back to Russell Wilson, it kind of like beats the purpose. Like, okay, you're going back to the old veteran and the young quarterback can't play like that. If you can't like outdo him, then it's kind of like, okay, it's a little like mess up the little flow a little bit. So we're going to see exactly what the Steelers do with that situation. I think most likely Russell Wilson is the starter. I think he'll do a solid job. A lot of people doubting him a lot. They're saying Russ is going to be terrible. They said the Steelers have 2 backup quarterbacks. And you know, last year the Steelers went what was it, 10-7 with 3 different quarterbacks. And this year people got us going like, they say, oh, the Steelers gonna go 8-9. Their quarterback room is worse than what it was last year. I'm like, you guys watch football? Do you watch the game of football? Do you see what happens like that? If you like actually watches the game, you know that Kenny Pickett was horrible. You see those rankings Kenny Pickett had, like he'd say he was 40th in the league. And because you know, last year a lot of different quarterbacks played, the backup quarterbacks played as well. So he was 40th, ranking all the quarterbacks who took a certain amount of snaps. 40th in like touchdown percentage, touchdown passes, and you know, in yards per attempt, yards per game. He was like bottom tier. He was the worst quarterback we've seen in years. That was probably one of the worst draft classes of quarterbacks we've seen in time as well. So he was part of that draft class. The only person that came out of that draft class that was good, as who's doing a good job, and who's still in his original team, is Brock Purdy, because Brock Purdy's been playing very good like that. But besides him, everybody else been kind of bad from that draft class. And then Mr. Trubisky, I never really liked him. You guys can go always see how I mentioned Mr. Trubisky. I said Mr. Trubisky might be a good person, but as a player, I never really liked him too much. I was still surprised the Bears took him over Deshaun Watson. Like, Deshaun Watson literally came off of winning the national championship, and they passed him. and they passed Mahomes. Now, we didn't know Mahomes going to be the Mahomes he is, but you can tell in college the arm strength that he had compared to what Mr. Trubisky got like that. But Deshaun Watson should have been the one they should have signed. They can go out there and get Mr. Trubisky and mess their stuff up like that. So Mr. Trubisky, I never really was a big fan of him. I feel like he was not a franchise guy like that. I feel like maybe he can be good if you keep everything around him perfect, but it's kind of hard to do that in the NFL like that. You want a guy like, hey, when everything's not perfect, you can go out there and make something happen. So the Steelers had all these different quarterbacks last year and still won 10 games. This year, I know our schedule was tougher, of course, but I think with Russell Wilson, if he played the way he played last year, 26 touchdowns to just 8 interceptions, keep the turnovers minimum, go out there and make routine throws, get us first downs, and get us opportunities and chances, and don't turn the ball over with that defense we have, and we can run the ball too as well, we're going to go out there and win at least 11 games like that and get in the playoffs, and we'll see what happens. But I like the way our roster is. I would hope, like I mentioned earlier, we've kept Daijun Edwards on the team and Dez Fitzpatrick, but, you know, we'll find some different things like that. Maybe they come back around one day or maybe not like that. We just keep moving forward. But that's all I got for today's video. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.